Retain the international heavyweight title match. Now, there was something that happened after that that was really interesting. I want you to pay particular attention to the next bit of tape that we're going to show here, because this followed immediately what you just saw with Casey getting his hands raised and getting the belt. This is what happened after it. And if you will, you saw Landell jump in and interfere, but it had no result on the outcome of the match at the particular time. And if you will, well, it did, but I mean, not in the fact there was a disqualification. If you will pay particular attention to Buddy Landell throughout this next little 3-minute bit. Let's take a look at it right now. 14:08, the winner and still champ, Rick Casey. Yeah, now you remember, if you just joined us and missed it, Landell is the one that caused Dutch to be knocked down and covered by Casey and pinned. He cost Mantell the match, and you're seeing it right now. Let's listen. Now keep an eye on Buddy Landell. Dundee trying to be a peacemaker. Casey was the winner of the match. And now Dundee, Mantell and Landell. Dutch having some problems. He has always been kind of a loner. He's been probably as close with Dundee as anybody. But Dutch is one of these guys who just kind of says what he has on his mind, and Dundee's saying, Dutch is not buying. You get down there and put your chin out, Mantell will hit you. Landell better get up from there. Dutch says, well, I won't tell you just what exactly he said, but he said, forget that stuff. Mantell, I can hear him now, Randy. He's saying, hey, I don't need anybody in there to protect me. I take care of myself.
That's right. The situation was Landell came in to help him. Casey moved, and it cost him the victory, Lance. And now we don't have problems. They're having some problems up there. Really arguing.
Dundee shook hands with Mantell. Now he's trying to make Dutch shake hands with Landell. Just kind of slap his hands, and they're happy about it all. But I'm not sure that the #1 citizen out of Oil Trough is all that happy. He's saying, hey, come on, go away. Just leave me alone. And Dutch says, hey, you want some of me? Now Dundee's getting on Landell.
Listen, that was last week. We got it all resolved. We're going to be over in Jonesboro tonight. The Nature Boy, the Superstar, and the Dutchman. We got it all put together, and we're going to be there tonight, right, brother? Here, give me that.
Everything's all resolved.
Yeah,
Where's Dutch Mantell?
Yeah, where is that? He's probably drunk somewhere. Look, Bill, I've told you all along, I'm tired of carrying the load. You too, man. We've taught that boy everything he knows. He's nothing but a tobacco-spitting redneck. He cramps my style. You know he cramps your style. I'm trying to tell you, open your eyes. We've been working our tails off and feeding him, too. He's nothing but a free meal. I'm tired of it. I know you're tired of it. Lance Russ, look here. 3-piece, look how we're dressed, right? Now, Dutch is going to sweat. He's not bad. He ain't really that bad, man.
There.
Hey, Dutch. Hey, baby.
Come on in, Dutch.
Sorry I'm late. Bill,
It's okay. Hi, buddy. How you doing?
How you been, baby?
I thought you were going to call me.
I did call you. 8 o'clock, I called you. I called Budrow, and we both made it here.
Yeah, no, you didn't call me, Bill.
I did. I sure did.
Okay,
Hey, Budrow, we called you, baby. Budrow called you, too, man.
Okay, look, I'm on next, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
look,
got a match coming up here.
Look, I'm going to go and get my
With
stuff
Billy
on. I'll be
Crown.
right back, all right? I'm going to go and get dressed. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, Dutch. Come here, man. Yeah. But we called you, Dutchman. We love you. Budrow loves you.
You love me, Budrow?
Yeah, he loves you. And we're pals.
You're my friend, baby.
Wait a minute, buddy. Just let me say something here, Dutch. I hate to call the gentleman a liar. I believe he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. I would like, hey, come on now, buddy. I just want him to see something. Is there any way that we can take that last match and roll back about the last 30 seconds of it? No, wait a minute, Dutch. I want you to stay here just a second. This is not going to take. Can we roll it back and catch part of that Casey Mantell match, the end of it? I just want him to see exactly what kind of a friend he's talking about. Dutch, come on now. You know me a long time, and I'm not trying to give you any kind of curve or anything. I just want you to look. I want you to see something about this guy. Can we get it? Are they working on it right now?
Just listen.
What we want.
You're just he is a troublemaker.
Is it ready? Okay, no. All right. Now this, remember the little altercation you had with Landell. Don't block the screen. I want him to see the last 30 seconds or so of it. Now keep your eye on Mantell, Dutch. Just leave me alone. Dutch says, hey, you want some of me? Dundee's getting on Landell. Yeah, there. Look.
Wait a minute.
He's calling you a tobacco spit and said he's... Did he not say you guys been carrying him?
No. Come on, let's get it at the play. Hey, come here, buddy. Come here. Now, he ain't got no reason to lie about it. Now, what did you do it for? Why you've been talking about? Hey,
Hey, all he's saying was they've been carrying you. They've been winning all the matches. Nothing but a tobacco spitting old redneck.
What'd you say? Dutch, will you quit fighting, man? Hey, wait a minute. Buddy, I'm going to tell you, Bill, we don't get along. Now, you got it patched up the other night. Well, we patched it up again. Don't let him start something, man. Why did you replay the damn thing?
Because he ought to know what he's saying about him before he ever got out here.
Come on, Dutch, shake hands. Wait a minute, Bill. You're taking the wrong side, buddy. I was with you a long time, and he comes in. Don't take up for him. Now, don't take up for him.
Listen, he can't help it that he claims so far he's a redneck, okay?
I'm telling you for the last time. Will you just quit pounding them gums off at me, boy? Dutch, just hang on here. Wait a minute. Dutch, please. I didn't know you go and
That's just not the play. It's going to get bad. I'm telling you, we need somebody to help. They got Dutch busted wide open in here. Hit him with that boot, knuckled him. Mantell being murdered by Buddy Landell and Bill Dundee. Dundee siding with Landell in this situation. Slammed Dutch's head down on the edge of our desk. Takes two of them to do it. I'm not happy about it, but I'll tell you what, he ought to know.
If you give him one more time, don't tell you what to do, Bill. He can't tell us what to do. Don't you do it, Bill. If you do, don't touch me.
Well, there you see it. All we wanted to do was to let everybody know exactly the kind of characters that you're dealing with when you're dealing with Dundee and Landell and all, and at least Mantell, while we've got no love for some of the things that Dutch has done recently, he deserved to know exactly what was being said and what was done about him in the back end. Yeah, boy.
And this time he drops him over on the ropes. Got him hanging upside down there.
You were right. That one first chop, Dave, turned the whole thing around.
That could very well have been the turning point of the match. It is so far. Here's Dutch. Dutch Mantell jumps in. That's going to be a disqualification on Billy Travis, I'm afraid, but Mantell got to get a chance to get some of Landell. There's Dundee.
Mantell hit it after Landell. Dundee came in. Look at the Dutchman go. But he's caught between the two of them again. Travis still hanging upside down. Billy in the corner comes after Dundee. And Landell, Dutch rolls out of the ring. Dutch Mantell grabs a chair from ringside. And boy, he chases him out of that ring right now.
Dutch in the chair cleaned it out real quick in there. Let me tell you. Travis coming to the aid of Dutch Mantell. Dutch calling him back up to the ring right now for a little thank you.
Dutch was back there and got all fixed up, but his head's bleeding again.
I'll tell you one thing. That low-life stinking Dundee and that Landell, I took a lot from him, up and down the roads and back and forth. But I'm going to tell you what, I can whoop both of them by myself. I don't need nobody else but look. They can get you down. Now, Billy, I helped you out, baby, and you helped me out. Okay, all I want you to do is be my partner. I want a match with Landell and Dundee straight up, because I can beat both of them by myself. I just want Billy here to make sure it's one-on-one. Now, I want you to get Eddie Marlin out here. I want you to change.
I can't do a thing,
No,
Dutch.
you
know that. Look, will you go get Eddie?
You can give me a match.
No, I can't do a thing about it. You have to go back and get Eddie. I'd love to see it. I think you deserve it after the way they... I know
Look
it.
at my face, a big knot
Busted
back
up
here.
again.
Wide open. Feel that knot right there, Billy. That's from that belt on the back.
Couldn't hurt us mentioning it at all. We got plenty of, boy, have we got a great show
Boy,
lined
we do.
up today. You know, and actually, while a lot of times all this bragging goes by the board when you see the action in there, I'm really interested in seeing the Mod Squad. They will be here for the first appearance, and I've heard a lot of things about them. So we'll be seeing J.D. Costello and the Mod Squad a little bit later on. Dutch Mantell. Complex kind of a guy in one way, and another way he's a very simple kind of a guy. He's very direct, very straight ahead. He doesn't like you. He lets you know that. He seldom is bubbly about anybody in particular. Interesting conversation he had with Eddie Marlin, and we've got it on tape. Let's take a listen to it.
Dutch, I just wanted to get with you this morning and talk to you. I've had phone calls after phone calls, thousands of letters. They want to know what had happened to Dutch Mantell and Bill Dundee. Of course, I've seen, and most of the fans have seen the fight that y'all had on TV. But y'all were such close buddies. Every time Bill Dundee would go to the ring, you would stand at the dressing room door. The minute he got in trouble, you hit the ring. Dundee watched your back. Everywhere you seen one, you seen the other. And something had to happen to bring that fight on. And we'd just like to get to the bare facts, and nobody but Dutch Mantell can really tell us exactly what happened.
Well, let me say this. You want to hear the story?
I sure
It's
do.
a deep-rooted story, and it goes back years and years and years. Let me take
Well, here, just take this and...
I want you to listen, Eddie, and I hope the fans can understand. I was here for a long, long time, and so was Bill Dundee. And I knew him here. And then, as you have to do in a wrestling profession, you have to move around. So Bill Dundee, he went to Louisiana, and I went to Florida. And when I was in Florida, you know, then I had an opportunity to go down to Louisiana, and that's where Bill was. So when I went down there, it's only a natural occurrence that since I'd known him here, you know, we were big buddies there. He was glad to see me. I was glad to see him. And we began to sort of team up together and ride, make wrestling matches in different parts of the country together and fly and everything. And where you saw Bill, you saw me, because we were friends. And we'd ride them down the road, and I'd take my guitar, and I'd play it, and boy, me and Bill, we would sing and all this stuff. We had, to me, I thought we had a good thing going. And I would sit over there and chew my tobacco and tell jokes and just, you know, basically just have a good time. And we'd listen to country music on the way up there and on the way back and wherever, you know, and we'd get to hit to the airports. We'd go to the bar and get around and stuff. So the time the flight would leave. So finally, Bill, his contract was up down there. And he said, I want to go back home. So his contract was up, so Bill left, and after about a month, you know, I sort of like wanted to go back too. So it took me another couple of weeks. Bill got back here before I did. And took me a little longer because I had 3 or 4 weeks of obligations and commitments that I was obligated to that I had to make. So I did that, and I came back in here. And everything was just like it was when we was in Louisiana. You know, we would still make trips together and still play country music and still have a good time, you know. And it is true that when Bill got in trouble, I helped him out. Because when I'm friends with somebody, you know, I'll stay true to him. And then this blonde-headed guy named Buddy Landell showed up. Now, let me tell you one thing, Eddie. I don't know if you know this or not. Let me tell you people about Bill Dundee. Bill Dundee is like a chameleon. Is that the word? Yeah. You know, it's a little lizard-looking thing. When it gets on a green thing, it turns green. Or if it gets on something black, it'll turn black. It just blends in. Now, Bill Dundee has a characteristic about him that when he gets around somebody, he sort of tries to adopt their characteristics and their personality. When he was with me, he liked country music. And he chewed more tobacco. He was always bumming me for tobacco. I'd get in the car, and Bill would say, Dutch, did you bring the tobacco? And I'd say, yeah, Bill, I brought the tobacco, but it wasn't no big thing because he was a friend of mine. You know, I accepted him for what he was. And Buddy Landell got here, and all of a sudden I noticed this big, big change in Dundee. And all of a sudden he was assuming the characteristics of a nature boy, Buddy Landell. See, when me and Bill were together before Landell, we would go to places that had low ceilings, right, smoky, and we'd drink Jack Daniels, right? But when Landell got here, he wanted to go places with high ceilings and chandeliers where they drink wine and talk about the Zodiac and play backgammon in the back. See, I just don't fit in a place like that. And Landell, obviously, he's got into Dundee's ear, and, you know, I heard him say, you know, that I was a redneck and I was a hillbilly and that I cramped his style. And pretty soon Dundee was agreeing with him that I'd cramped Dundee's style. Now, to me, that just ain't right. I didn't cramp his style before. We pulled up to a restaurant one day, and he was going in, and Landell turned back to me, and he said, Dutch, why don't you stay in the car because you look like a bum. Well, to me, I didn't look like a bum in Louisiana. I looked the same. I looked down. You know, I like to wear jeans. Landell, he likes to wear $500 suits, which is fine with me. I don't care. Next thing I know, Dundee showing up in a tuxedo, and he's walking around. But let me tell you one thing. See, what happened is I didn't stop liking them. They stopped liking me, which is fine with me. Because I'm my own man. Lance Russell said it before that I'm a loner. Yeah, I am a loner. I like to do things my way. And if somebody else wants to do things their way, hey, that's fine. But don't knock me for the way I want to do things. You understand what I'm talking about? It's not hard to it's not hard to understand at all. But let me tell you one thing, people, about Dundee and Landell. I can whoop Bill Dundee, and I can whoop Buddy Landell. Together or head up. Because I ain't backing down from nobody, and I ain't backing down from them. So if you want to know the reason, what happened, that's the reason. They stopped liking me. I didn't stop liking them. When they call me a redneck and hillbilly, hey, that's fine. But when you say something, Eddie, you got to be able to back it up. You got to have enough weight in that rear end to back up what you say.
That's right, Dutch. Well, Dutch, we appreciate you explaining it to us. I understand it, and I think the fans out there understand it. And by the way, you said you carried your guitar on the trips with you? Now, I like country music, and everybody out there knows I chew tobacco. And if you'll carry that guitar, I sure have. If you'll carry that guitar with you, you can ride up and down the road with me.
Would you listen to me?
Sure.
Okay. Let me play you? I got my guitar right here.
Sure, man.
You want to hear something?
I love it.
Hang on. All right, golly. We'll play this song. What you want to hear, Ed?
Anything you'll play me.
What you want to hear?
Just something country.
How much you think this guitar cost me?
I ain't no
I
telling.
can't tell you. It's a secret, baby. What you want to hear? What, little Wildwood Flower?
That's fine.
How's that, Ed?
That's fine.
Champion Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
Well, that was very touching. That was very touching. Eddie Marlin goes over to Dutch Mantell's pad and to make a little interview explaining why the Dutchman can't hang around with the Nature Boy and the Superstar. Well, it's quite easy, chump. See that? Says Mid-America. See this? Southern heavyweight title. We got you one, Daddy. We got you the international. What happens? Along comes Rick Casey, beats your brains out, and you don't have a belt no more. Well, when you hang around with class, Daddy, you got to be class, and you're looking at the best there is. So when his belt went, and you told us, you said, it was you, Mr. Russell, last week you got out here and you really showed us how much of a redneck Dutch Mantell was. So the Nature Boy said to me, Billy boy, that man has got to go. So he went. And that's all there is to it. So then he hangs up with Billy Travis. Not taking nothing off you, Billy Travis. All the little girls scream at your little curls, and you're great, and will be great 10 years from now. But today you're a punk, and you're going to be treated like a punk Monday night, and we're going to beat your brains out, okay?
Well, Dutch Mantell and Billy Travis were not run off. They're coming back for more, Buddy Landell.
Well, just let me tell you something. You know, Lance Russell, Dutch Mantell comes out here and he tells his side of the story. Well, we got our side of the story, too.
All right, we're listening.
You see, the whole time that Bill Dundee was hanging around Dutch Mantell, he was only humoring himself, okay? He was laughing at you behind your back, Dutch, the whole time. All right? Lance Russell, I'm going to pat you on the back for stirring all this up, all right? But let me tell you something. One time, Dutch Mantell got me to go in one of them low-roofed, smoky bars, and they had to put me on a respirator because I almost got lung cancer, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Now, Dutch Mantell, you were nothing but an extra mouth to feed. We did nothing but carry you the whole time you were around us. And like Bill said, you're out here talking about you carried us. I've got my belt. He's got his belt. Where's yours at, huh?
Well, you get...
One thing, Mr. Russell. You know, most people don't get a chance to do this because most people live their life like this. But when you live it the way the Nature Boy and the Superstar does, all we did, we slummed a little bit. We got out of Buddy's Lincoln and my Lincoln and got in Dutch's beat-up old LTD to see how the poor people live, and I don't like it. There's a guy I know got a poster, hangs up at his office, and on the poster there's a picture of a Rolls Royce and a guy with a bottle of wine, and right underneath that, the words say, poverty sucks, and you're right, it does, and that's what you are, man.
Well, there you hear the other side of the story. Buddy Landell and Bill Dundee back on Jameson tags Buddy Landell.
Landell drops down on Jameson.
Coming around to the 4-minute mark where, what, 3.5
That was a count of 3. That's it. Yeah, we were at 3 minutes, 36 seconds, and that is it as Landell got the 3 count on him. Dundee and Landell celebrating a victory here. An overpowering victory, I might add, over Jim Jameson and David Johnson.
They were, no excuse in there. Buddy Landell, they beat the stew out of him. Now Landell and Dundee are showing what big men they are. Oh, Johnson thrown over the top rope. Hey, come on.
Landell is just attacking the referee.
That'll cost you. Jeff Jarrett refereeing this match, and Landell just slammed him. There goes Jameson out of the ring. Here comes Jerry Jarrett, just sad in, and he nails Dundee. Nails Buddy Landell, and right back at Dundee. This is Jerry's son that was refereeing. Uh-oh, Landell got him from behind. And Dundee slams him with a right, puts him down on the deck. Come on, this thing's getting out of hand now. God, Dundee's going for his eyes, Dave. He's only got one good eye in there. Come on. up a year out of high school, and they jump on him in there because he's trying to stop them from doing the damage they were doing to Jameson and all.
Yeah, just doing his job here. And then his dad comes out to help him. They know Jerry's only got one good eye, and they go after it.
And start gouging in the eye. That's the sickest thing I ever saw. I'll tell you one thing, that is absolutely ridiculous. With guys, something's got to be done about guys. I've had enough people, and I know you have too, Dave, say, are you guys just going to let Dundee take over the entire program? And the answer to that is no. Something's going to be done about it, because I'll tell you one thing, I know Marlin's going to do something, Jerry will do, and I can guarantee you this is one place I'm not objective about the thing. It's ridiculous. It's bad enough when they come out here and do some of the things they do to like Jameson and Johnson. Sure, they're their opponents. You go in there, you beat them in that, but you don't start beating them around. And then you jump on a kid just out of high school like that. Then his dad comes out and tries to protect him naturally, and the next thing you know, they're in there digging at his eye, the only eye. He's got one bad eye, and they're digging at the only good eye he had. Something's got to be done about it. That is sick.
Vance, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, God. Listen.
We can talk about it later, Jerry. You don't need to do it right now. I mean, hey, you did whatever you could.
Listen.
Savage guys come out here and start going after the eye. That's the important thing. Let's worry about that now. Jeff is okay. He's going to be all right. Let's go. Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's go on with the match, okay? All right. All right, referee Jerry. That's Bobby Fulton in there. Hold on. Hey, hold it just a minute, referee. Hold it. Can we stop just for a minute? Eddie Marlin.
I want to tell you something. Jerry Jarrett's been in my family for a long time. He's a leader. He knows what to do in any circumstances. This is the first time that I've ever seen him in this situation. They tried to put out his one good eye. When he got his eye put out, he didn't cry about it. He didn't tell very few people, but I knew about it. They beat up my grandson and put him out. Jerry don't know what to do, but I know what to do. He's the leader, and when he's around, I'll say, what do you want to do, Jerry? And he'll tell me. But he's not here to tell me now, and I know what to do. It's one man that I know of that I can put in there with Dutch Mantell, and they can take care of those two guys. And that one man is Jerry Lawler. I don't care about the contract, Bill Dundee. You can sue me. You can sue the company. You can put us out of business. But Jerry Lawler, I'm going to go get him on the phone right now. And if I can get Jerry Lawler to come here, he will be against Dundee and Landell. Now, I'm going to call him on the phone, and if I can get him, he will be here.
And it's no big secret that I fell out with Landell and Dundee, and I'm glad I did, baby, because they're making my life miserable. But I know how to correct things, so I got out. I bailed out first. But I'm going to tell you one thing. What they just did here, and I'll tell you, it takes a lot of guts to beat up an 18 or 19-year-old kid.
Deal.
A year out of high school, it takes a lot of guts, Dundee and Landell, to go out and knock him out. But to go ahead, and you know Jerry Jarrett has only one good eye, and you were going for the other one, gentlemen. We saw you right here on the tube, baby. The tube don't lie. You were going for his other eye. Now, I could not. I've done a lot of bad things in my time, but I've never tried to purposely take out somebody's eye, baby, because I know what it's like. Now, I'm going to say, I'm watching my back, baby, because I got that door geared, Jack. If they come in, I'm going to knock them in the next week. Now, I heard Eddie Marlin out here, and he took it upon himself to see if he could get Jerry Lawler back here. And I hope to God he does, because if anybody can help me out, it's Jerry Lawler. But see, what Dundee and Landell don't know about Jerry Lawler is he is a friend of the family, and he watched that kid, Jeff Jarrett. He watched him since he was yay-high-tailed jackrabbit grow up, and he's like family. And if he thinks he's going to let this go by unanswered, it's not going to happen. Now, I'll tell you, Landell and Dundee, don't get so glory happy in the back and all gloated up, baby, because you went ahead and knocked Jeff Jarrett out, but I checked him in the back, and he's going to be all right.
Eddie.
I got Jerry Lawler on the phone, and can we get him hooked up in here? Because he wants to talk to us. He's on the phone.
You got a hold of him?
Right now?
Yeah, if you can get him in here.
Bob, is there any way to get the phone? Can we get the phone back? I don't know, Eddie, but we'll try right now. You got Lawler on the phone right now? Okay. We're gonna I hope you'll bear with us just a second, but I think it's important enough for us to take the time out to see if we can get all this hooked up. Eddie, I don't know whether we'll need to get the operator to switch this in here or not. Whatever we need to do, let's try to do it, because I think it's that, huh? Will it come out any further, Bob, or is that...
Get Mike over there. He wants to talk to the people.
Yeah, okay. See if we can get this rig out here.
Hold on, people. We're going to get him on his phone in just a minute.
Okay, let's see.
There he is.
Hey, Jerry, can you hear us?
Is this Eddie?
Huh? No, this is Lance. Eddie's out here with me, Jerry.
Okay, Lance, yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good.
All right, listen, you know, I just talked with Eddie just a moment ago, and I'm sitting at home watching this whole thing take place, and you know, I mean, this has just gone way past what anything should ever be like this allowed to happen.
Amen.
And ridiculous. I think everybody knows, it's no secret to anybody, that I hate Bill Dundee's stinking guts, and everybody knows that I have hated being away from town. I hated having to lose the loser leave town and not being able to wrestle there in my home area. But what has taken place today, Lance, even goes far beyond that. You know, the fact that I hate Dundee and the fact that I hate not being able to wrestle in my own hometown, that goes without saying. But what I've just watched take place here today, Dutch has already talked about it, you know, to see my friend Jarrett, and a lot of people don't realize what kind of friends we are. You know, Jerry and I have been friends, and we go back a long, long way through thick and thin. When Jerry was struggling, you know, trying to start his own wrestling promotion, I stuck with him then and helped struggle along while this thing wasn't successful, and helped make it successful, and give the wrestling fans in this area what I think is the best promotion anywhere in the country. And there have been a lot of wrestlers, and Lance, you know them as well as anybody, that have come through here and have gone on to what they thought were maybe bigger and better things, and have not shown any loyalty or any friendship, and have not stuck by. But I have always stuck with Jarrett, and I've stuck with the fans in this area because I love them, and I love him, and the people here know that, you know, he stuck by me all the way through, too. And I am going to be here. After losing this loser leave town match, it's true, I've had to get on an airplane every week, and I've had to fly all the way across the country, all the way across the ocean to different parts of the world to wrestle. And believe me, Lance, I hate it. I'd rather be right here at home with the people that I know and love and the fans that I've wrestled for all of these years and that I want to continue wrestling for. And now I have an opportunity to come back here and do it. And Eddie Marlin has called me and asked me to come back, and I told Eddie before, sure, Bill Dundee will probably sue because there was a signed and sealed contract. That's all he can do is sue. And I think that Jerry and Eddie Marlin have enough money to keep Bill Dundee tied up in court from now until doomsday if they have to. But what we can do is take care of some business in the ring right away. So I will. I'm already booked to wrestle in other parts of the country this week. I'm going to cancel whatever bookings I have. And Dundee and Landell, I want you to know, boys, the king is coming back to town, and I will be there. And
Jerry, just a second.
Jerry, this is Dutch. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Dutch.
Okay, look, I know you saw what happened. I'm disgusted with it, but I know we go back a long way, brother. But we got one thing in common. We don't like Dundee, and I don't know if you like Landell or not, but let me tell you, he's a low-life, egg-sucking dog, baby. So if you'll be my partner, I guarantee you, I had Billy Travis as a partner, but, you know, a lot of, he's a good rusher, but he's just not there yet, Jerry. So if you'll be my partner, I guarantee the fans sitting at home that we're going to take care of business, and we're going to take care of it the only way we know how, and that's to kick their butts all over that ring, Jack.
Well, I think that pretty well tells how Dutch feels about it, and I know how you feel about it, knowing how close you are to Jerry.
Well, Lance, I just want to say this. You know, I thought I felt as bad as I've ever felt in my life when I lost a loser leave town match.
Yeah, I know that.
Just a few minutes ago, when I had to sit here on television and watch Jerry Jarrett come out there, and knowing the kind of pride that's inside that guy, and to see him standing there and cry in front of hundreds of thousands of people here on television, because I know his feelings. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, here's a you know, he's feeling like he's not even a man who's able to help out his own son when he needs him. And I know what kind of emotion had to be going on inside him, and I felt it too. And I want to say this to Dutch. I fought hard against you, Dutch, and I fought hard with you, and you've done the same thing with and against me. And all I want you to do is promise me that Monday night, not only Monday night, but any chance we get a hold of these jerks, Dundee and Landell, that you will fight just as hard as with me as you have against me in the past. And I promise you, and I promise the fans, and I'm promising Jerry and Jeff Jarrett that we will take care of Dundee and Landell, and they're going to know what it's like to have somebody trying to put them out once and for all. We'll do it, Dutch.
Okay, I give you my word, baby. We're going to stay together. We're going to teach these guys a lesson.
I'm telling everybody, the king is back, and they're going to know it.
Okay, Jerry, we got to get it on here. Thank you very much for all of it. I'm glad Ed got in touch with you. We'll see you this week, my boy.
Let him scream.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Baby. It ain't going to do him good. Like he said, the king is back and the Dutchman's with him, and when we get together, things are going to happen. Thanks, Ed.
Go get him, Dutch. Ed, thank you very much.
Mantell and Jerry Lawler.
It's long overdue, I can tell you, and I know you feel the same way. A situation where we were not sure that they could do anything at all. That's it. I have no intention of coming over there. As a matter of fact, you guys can just get out of here because I'm not doing an interview with you. Forget it. Forget it. Just, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll end up taking... No, I'm not doing any interview.
Well, we don't really care. We'll do it ourselves, and you don't have to stay either. Now, you all sit over there and shut up. Lance Russell, you showed a biased opinion. All I ever asked you to do was hold this microphone. Now you're letting your damn feelings come into it, and you started it last week. Now I'm going to tell you something, Russell. When Jerry Lawler beat me to losing Leeds Town, nobody tore up no contract. Nobody asked me to come back. My blood, my sweat, my tears were in this ring. I have built this damn company 10 years of my life. You're not the only one. That damn Jerry Lawler ain't the only one. Now Dutch Mantell comes out here, makes a fool of himself, runs Buddy down, runs me down, and everybody thinks I'm for him. Now, I'm just going to tell you, Russell, because you started this whole ball rolling. Now you're just going to get up and walk away. If you think I'm not going to sue you and Eddie Marlin and Jerry Jarrett, you're wrong, Russell. I'm Jerry Lawler. I'm going to sue them all, Daddy, because it's a breach of contract. Remember Watergate? Remember Nixon? He thought he was above it. Jerry Jarrett, Richard Nixon thought he was above, and they impeached him. They got him right out of the White House. Now, if they can get him out of the White House, I sure as hell can get you out of the NWA. And you're going, Russell, and you're going too. Now, Jerry Lawler, let me tell you something, Lawler. There is much of my blood, sweat, and tears in them rings around here there is yours. But by God, as sure as his name is Buddy Landell, and mine is Bill Dundee, we're going to beat your brains out Monday night because you're not coming back. We own this town, Budrow, and we're suing you, Russell.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is sue.
Let me tell you something. Don't wrap us up. We ain't finished yet. Don't you dare wrap us up. Because after we get through with you Monday night, and after we get through with you in court, we're going to own this damn town. We're going to trade our 2 Lincolns in on 2 Rolls Royces. And Lance Russell, when you get fired, we got a position for you. How does a limousine driver sound to you, brother? And don't you smirk over here, Dave Brown.
We are.
Well, we'll go when we get finished.
Just remember, Jerry Jarrett, the words Richard Nixon, just remember, he was out of here.
You done been run out once, Lawler. You're going to get run
On our
out
special show is Dutch Mantell. Dutch, very good to have you here on the show today. And to be quite honest with you, it's very good to have you as a partner. It's going to be in just a few hours from now. Last Monday night at the Coliseum, you upheld your end of the bargain more than adequately. I mean, you promised me that you were going to do your thing, fight just as hard with me as you have in the past against me, and you did that.
Well, it's no big secret that you don't like Dundee, and I don't like Dundee. And the many months that I spent riding up down the roads with Dundee and Landell and listening to Landell say this, say that, and have Bill end up finally agreeing with him, you know, that takes its toll, too. So I had no problem with keeping up my end of the bargain, you know. And I think everybody knows my original partner was Billy Travis just because I needed a partner. And it's not a reflection on Billy Travis's wrestling ability or thing, but he is not ready yet to step in there.
No, I mean, you know, that's no secret. Billy is, how long has Billy been wrestling? Maybe 3 or 4 years at the most.
Yeah, but he just can't match experience with those guys, and it was a pleasure to step in the ring with you, and I think that we showed Dundee the difference between a Billy Travis and a Jerry Lawler.
Well, let's talk for just a second about the people out there. I think we have just a little piece of footage right now of what the crowd actually looked like. This is our entrance to the ring. I said beforehand, I had heard a lot of people say they were very upset with the way that I lost the match to Bill Dundee originally. Of course, it wasn't only Dundee; he had help from Tony Falk, all of those guys around the ring. And a lot of the people expressed to me, they said, well, you know, we're not coming back to the Coliseum until you're back. And I think that this was proof of the pudding there. Over 11,000 people, Dutch. And I don't know, you know, but it's got to be a combination of things. I don't know if it's just that they're glad to see me back, but there are awful lot of people that wanted to see Bill Dundee and Buddy Landell get what they had coming to them. And I want to thank all of those people personally that turned out down there. And I think that they, you know, I'm sure they enjoyed themselves, but I don't think that we were able to give them the complete satisfaction. I know I wasn't completely satisfied, because Dundee is the kind of jerk that you know, he came out here on television and well, everybody knows what he did to Jeff Jarrett and also what he did to Jerry Jarrett, and he's the kind of guy that's proud of that. I mean, you know,
yeah, he'll take an opportunity like that, you know, to beat an 18 or 19-year-old kid up. To me, that is nothing to be proud of, and try to go.
Not when you're a professional wrestler. No, that's
no. There's no need in it. There's no need in this profession for it. You know, just talking about it was a tremendous crowd, over 11,000 people, I believe. And I don't think they were satisfied, because I know I'm not satisfied, and you just mentioned that you're not satisfied, because, you know, the end, I believe the battle has just begun now. Dundee, Southern champion, beat a lot of guys in your absence, and I'm sure you kept up with what was going on. And, but see, Dundee is, I don't know, he's a changed man. People think they knew him a long time ago. Well, he's nothing like he is now. Because the man is vicious, and he's cruel, and he's going to stop at nothing to get what he thinks he rightly deserves.
Well, I'm going to be more than glad to give him what he rightly deserves, because you know and the fans know. Can you imagine, here's a guy who tried to put Jerry Jarrett's eye out, and then when he gets his own eye busted open, he's out here crying and complaining and belly aching like a big baby. Everybody is sick of Bill Dundee. That's all I heard while I was gone. They said the wrestling program has become the Bill Dundee show. He wants to horn in and completely take over everything, and we're just not going to let that happen.
No, when he's out here belly aching about an eye being busted, well, I got opened up too, but I'm not going to cry about it. I've been busted open before, and I'm sure I'm going to be busted open again, because it's a violent profession. But, you know, when you cry, when you want to do something to somebody and then come back and say, yeah, that's not right, well, I think the people are just beginning to know the evil side of Bill Dundee.
You know, I had a lot of people ask me, why would a guy like Dundee do the things that they saw on television here last week? You know, Dutch, and we in the wrestling profession full well realize, but a lot of the fans may not know that it's no secret. If you're in the main event, you make more money than if you're in an opening match. And so every wrestler wants to be in the main event. They want to be in the limelight. They want to be in the spotlight. And the promoter is the guy who decides who is in the main event, because he is trying to keep his finger on the pulse of the people, see what wrestler they're talking about, and that's the one that has their attention. So the wrestlers are all striving. They come out on television, and they're trying to do something that will create attention. The people always wonder, well, why do these outlandish things happen on the wrestling show? Because the wrestlers are sitting around constantly trying to say, what can I do today that'll make everybody talk about me, that'll make me the center of attention? Well, Dundee, I think, I mean, you know, that kind of thing is understandable, but Dundee, last week, he and Landell went to, you know, he stepped way over the bounds in trying to, you know,
that's not a borderline case of what they did.
When you talk about trying to put somebody's eye out and that kind of thing, that's gone past trying to get attention. Well, he got attention, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be the kind he wants. Is that right?
No, it's not going to go unanswered. It's going to be answered, and answered heavily.
You know, last week in the match, and I think we have a little piece of footage of that also, when I heard the bell ring, and I turned around, even though I saw the referee raising your hand, and a lot of people asked me, they said, what were you doing? And
you told me later.
I said, you know, no.
I was wondering what you were doing.
Yeah, I was upset. I didn't want the match to end, because I had Dundee down. I had him in the corner just where I'd been trying to get him all evening, and I knew I had that eye opened up, and I could have finished him off right there, and then I heard the bell ring, and I knew the match was over. That's why I was saying no.
Yeah, I saw you get up and say no.
Do we have that footage right now? Okay, if we can show that. Landell, though, Landell had you in a bad way over there.
Let me say one thing about the match. One of the most brutal matches I've ever been in.
Oh, without a
Believe
doubt.
me.
I mean, you know.
Now, he had me in a bad way.
I think we're going to show that. Are we going to? Oh, give a little intro for it. Okay, well, here's a little piece of footage from the end of the match that was last week down at the Mid-South Coliseum. This is Dutch Mantell and I against Dundee and Landell, and I think it'll probably open up with these guys had the upper hand on you, Dutch, without a doubt. And here's that.
Goes after Landell, throws him in the ring as Lawler pounding hard on Dundee. Dutch stopped over on the other side. Landell got a sack of flour powder. Covers Dutch's eyes up, and look at the crowd. Big elbow while Lawler is choking Dundee, who is bleeding. The legal man in the ring. I think Tony Falk, I caught a glimpse, didn't he try to get in? Here come the Mod Squad. Pat Rose. I think earlier, Dirty Rhodes had run off Tony Falk, but the ring's filling up now. The Mod Squad in there. Pat Rose. Dundee.
Well, yes.
Picture tells 1,000 words.
Oh, I'll tell you, if those jerks, the Mod Squad, hadn't come in there, I think we could have finished the job right there. But it still was a good sight to see Bill Dundee having to be carried out just the same way you had to reach over there and carry out Jeff Jarrett a couple of weeks ago.
Well, they say turnabout's fair play, right?
Well, but apparently Dundee doesn't think so. But as we've said before, this afternoon...
How long does, you know, I don't know, I know, and I think the people in the wrestling community know, how long is this thing with you and Dundee? It's been, what, for years and years? You never got along even when you wrestled together, right?
Even when Dundee and I were partners, there's been a personality conflict or something that's just deep-seated there. Well, you know, it all started years ago when it's no secret. I was the top wrestler in this area at the time, and for some reason or other, there was a dispute with the promotion. I left the area and went and wrestled in Florida for about 6 months, and during that time, Bill Dundee and partner, what was that guy's name?
George Barnes.
George Barnes came into the area.
Believe me, I've heard about George Barnes for 2 months, 3 months.
Is that all Bill Dundee talks about? Yeah. Well, anyway, Dundee came into the area, and he became, in my absence, the top wrestler. Then when I returned, there was always that constant competition for who was going to be, you know, we both strive to be the top dog in this particular area. And, you know, Dundee just, I think he always felt that he was like number 2, and it always ate at him. And there's, even as I said, even when we were partners.
You were Hurts and he was Avis, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, I can just say this. This afternoon at the Coliseum, Dutch, we got about 10 seconds that you can go ahead and tell him what you're doing.
He's still holding on to it and continues to kick. I guess that just follows with what we were saying, that they will do things absolutely unnecessary. It's not a question of defending themselves. It's a question of just having a lousy attitude. I've had a lot of people, Dave, and I know you've had some folks mention it to you, as to one asking the condition of Jeff Jarrett after he was pounced upon by Landell and Dundee. In addition to that, it brought up a couple of questions that I had for Jeff and asked him for some response. Let's take a listen.
Lance has asked me today to answer 2 questions he had for me, and the first one is concerning why I wanted to become a professional wrestler. And the second is why I wanted to get back in the ring and referee Bill Dundee's match. Well, last night when I was organizing my notes, I wanted to be prepared for this, and I was a little nervous. And well, tell you the truth, my notes began to look like a book about my entire life. So I realized that, you know, TV time won't permit me to give you all the reasons why I want to become a professional wrestler. I can only give you a brief explanation about it. When I was real young, I woke up every Saturday morning and watched my dad on television. I was really excited about it every Saturday morning. And I'd go out in the afternoons, and my friends would say, "Hey, I saw your dad on TV," and I'd sort of feel proud because, you know, my dad was on television. And then, as I got older, I started going to the matches and watching him. And this is the first time I really saw that people saw him as a true hero to them. A lot of people loved him. He had a lot of fans. And up until this time, well, he was just good old Dad to me. And then as time went on, I kept going to the matches, and I kept enjoying watching him, and I'd get nervous sometimes watching him wrestle, and I'd get scared. But I grew into one of his fans, you could say, and gradually, I think I was probably his biggest fan. And at this time, well, he became like a hero to me. And I began to listen to him he had always taught me lessons in life about courage, morality, hope, love, and faith. And this is the time when I became he was my biggest hero. And that, I wanted to be just like him. He became the best wrestler he possibly could. And I want to follow in his footsteps and be the best wrestler I can. I hope this has given you a brief explanation on why I wanted to become a professional wrestler. And now to Lance's second question. Last week, you know, a couple of weeks back on television, I refereed Dundee's match. And now I want to do it again because my father has always taught me, don't quit. He said I'm going to stumble in life, but every time I stumble, get right back up and try it again. And in our household, in my room and in Jason's room, he's my little 9-year-old brother, there's a poem that hangs in there, and it's called Don't Quit. And Dad, he wrote it at the bottom of Jason's poem that if this is the legacy he could leave us, he'd be proud. And it goes something like this. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer, with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fella turns about when he might have won had he had stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell.
Had some comments to make about the matches coming up this Monday night. Let's take a listen.
You know, I've always been very proud to be a professional wrestler and always will be. It gave me, brought me fortune and fame and world traveling way beyond my expectation. Associated with the nicest people I've ever known in my life, the wrestling fans, and caring, loving people, but I wouldn't take nothing in the whole world for the experience with it. And I still love the professional wrestling. I love to still go around the fans, and I love to see a good, hard, tough fight. But what I've watched and what I've seen, it's just about more than I can take. I seen a kid that I used to see him fall off his little bicycle and skin his knee and come running and scrawling to Daddy, and he said, "Now, son, you get back on that bicycle there right now and ride again." He would. He was a smart little fella and a tough little toot, too. And well, his daddy's told him over the years, get back on that bicycle and get back on that horse. And now he's grown into manhood. He's saying, "Son, you've been humiliated. I've been humiliated." And he says, "Dad, I got to do it for you and me." He says, "I've got to get in that ring and show them that I'm a man, that I'm not a quitter, that I was like you. I seen you for years. You never quit, and I'm not a quitter, and I'm not going to have that reputation in the Jarrett's name of being a quitter." What I'm getting to, Dundee, you rat, this Monday night, the fabulous Jackie Fargo, often imitated, but never duplicated, will be right there at ringside Monday night, not in Dutch's corner, not in Jerry Lawler's corner, not in your corner. I'll be sitting right down there beside Lance Russell. I told Lance to bring a chair out. And I dare you, you son of a... I dare you. I want you to. I want you to just look cross-eyed at that kid. I want you to dare... I dare you to touch him. If you put a finger on that boy while he's proving to his father, to me, to the people that he's a man, Bill Dundee, I'll stomp a mud hole in your behind that you'll never forget. I mean, don't touch that boy. Don't put one little finger on him. If you do, I'm headed in that ring. I want some of you. I got something stored up for you anyhow. But I'm not coming there to fight Monday night unless you touch that kid. And if you touch that boy, Bill Dundee, you better give your heart to God, because you know what belongs to me.
Yeah, Jack, I know. We don't have to say any more about that. Jackie Fargo, I'll tell you what, that son of a gun, when he says it, you better believe he means exactly what he had on his mind. I am not coming over there. I told you, I am not going to interview you. I'm not going to deprive you. You would want to say something. There's a microphone right there. Just pick it up and start saying. But please try to keep it clean, if you will.
All right.
You handle it.
Okay, Memphis, listen and listen up, Daddy. Now you're looking at two real men. Russell don't have enough guts to come over here and interview us, so now you have some punk kid out here bleeding his heart out. There's some goof in a wheelchair over here, ain't got no legs and ain't got no arms, but nobody really cares. They'll all say how bad it is. Every Sunday morning, some preacher comes out and he tells you what the Lord's going to do for you, but he ain't going to do nothing, because he wants you to send all your money to him. At least I tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it with me and Budrow. There ain't no kid out here crying the blues. Who really cares about you, Jarrett? Who cares if your boy gets in the wrestling business? I had to start, this boy had to start, but our daddy wasn't a promoter. It wasn't so easy for us. Howdy Doody sits beside Russell, and he wants to be the star, but Russell won't let him be. Everybody wants to be the star, and I hate you, Russell. I really do. And Jerry Lawler, who cares about you and your crown, Jack? Nobody. There was some fighter last week in Las Vegas. The referee didn't stop the fight. His hand is down by his side, and the guy beats his brains out. Then they stopped the fight. Calhoun, I take my hat off to you. You stopped it, Daddy, but you stopped it at the wrong time. You never beat us. The man had a brass knucks on his hand. He's beating Budrow's head in, and you should have stopped it when he pulled him out and hit him, but you didn't do that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you, Jarrett, and I'm telling you, Russell, this ain't over, Daddy. Buddy Landell and Bill Superstar Dundee is going to beat Dutch Mantell, and they're going to beat Jerry Lawler. Then I'm going to slap you, Jarrett. I am going to slap you, Jarrett. Then we're going to turn around and look ringside. And Jagger Fargo's going to be sitting beside you, you old goat. And I hope you come help him. I hope you and him get up in the ring, because Buddy Landell will take you out, and I'm taking Jackie Fargo out. Because I don't like you, and I don't like Jackie Fargo, and I don't like nothing you stand for, Russell.
Now that's enough. Why don't you just get out?
If you ain't got enough guts to come over here and talk, Russell, we don't need to talk to you. Because we own this town, Daddy. I'm just telling you, Jarrett, you put your son into this match, and we're taking him out. Because this ain't going to stop till Lawler's gone. All my life I wanted you out of here, Lawler, and I got it. And creeps like you brought him back, Russell, and it ain't going to happen. They ain't doing it, Buffalo.
Let me tell you something. It sounds all so stupid. Jarrett come out here going, oh, my daddy's a hero. My daddy's my hero. Big deal, I'm my hero, and Superstar's his own hero. Now, Jarrett comes out here talking about some kind of scoliosis of the eye or something like that. That ain't my problem, baby. I got my own problems. I got 6 dates for tonight. Lance Russell, you open your mouth and Dundee's will knock your teeth out, and you're going to be sucking soup out of a straw for about 6 months. Let me tell you something, Fargo. All I want is for you to make one move, baby, because most of the time, you got to work 10 years to make a reputation in the wrestling business. And all I have to do is for you to make a move. It's one punch and knock you out, and I got my reputation in one lick in one night, baby. Watch him, Bill. I don't like his look. And he cramps our style, too. Tell him, baby.
Driving out of liquor.
Hey, we'll go.
And there was a lot of criticism, I mean, from a lot of different people. So I got together with Jerry to talk about it. We kept referring to last Monday night. It was obviously Sunday afternoon is when the matches took place. But I went to Jerry to ask him about the situation. Let you take a look at it. Okay, Jerry, reason for the interview, obviously, regarding last Monday night's bout between Lawler and Mantell and Dundee and Landell. A lot of comment, most of it criticism, as you well know. You stepped in and stopped the bout, said Landell could not continue. Now, we have had a lot of rough matches in Memphis. And true, there have been other bouts that have been stopped. But it's an unusual thing, a rare thing to do it. And you stepped in and stopped this match and awarded it to Lawler and Mantell.
That's right, Lance. I seem to have everybody mad at me. Dutch Mantell, Jerry Lawler for stopping the match, Jarrett, who wanted to fire me. And like I said, let me get my side of the story.
That's why we're here.
I got a phone call from Vern Gagne Monday, who's president of the AWA, and he got word of what was happening between Jarrett, I almost being put out, Jeff Jarrett getting hurt, and he said he does not want that happening in an AWA sanctioned match, and it's my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
As
and
the referee in the bout.
That's right. He said for me to get the rule book out, read it from front to back, and for the match Monday night. And the match, as I was refereeing the match took place.
And he wants you to be in charge,
He wants me to be in charge of the match. Okay, as you know, the match took place, and Buddy Landell was getting beat. I mean, Lawler and Dutch Mantell were beating him. He was bleeding. And one of the rules in the rule book states, if a man cannot defend himself, it's up to the referee's decision to stop the match. And I felt that Buddy Landell could not defend himself anymore.
A discretionary thing, where the referee has to make the decision.
That's right, Lance. And so I made the decision to stop the match and award the victory to Jerry Lawler and Dutch Mantell. Well, as you know as well as I do, that made everybody mad at me. But I would also receive a phone call from Vern Gagne the next day if I didn't make the right decision. And in my mind, I made the right decision.
So it's one of those things that it was a referee's judgment, and you were following the rules that clearly lays out that if a wrestler cannot continue or is in danger of permanent damage, that the referee has the discretion to stop the match.
I was in a no-win situation, Lance. Vern Gagne, who's assigns the referees, and I partly worked for Jerry Jarrett, so, you know, I was sort of stuck in the middle. And so I'm just hoping I made the right decision.
Okay, well, we appreciate your position in there and appreciate your explanation, Jerry.
Thank you, Lance.
Yeah, he was. It's true, Davey. He was in a no-win type of situation because somebody was going to be complaining about, you know, if he let it go and, you know, somebody sustained permanent damage on it. But we thought that we would get that explanation from Jerry as to exactly why that bout was stopped. Coming out right now, Team Dutch Mantell, Jerry the King Lawler, and they're the ones that are going to be involved in that bout with Dundee and Landell.
Well, Lance, first of all, let me just say it feels real good to be back here in the studio after a long absence. It feels great to be back here. The only thing that is unpleasant about this whole situation is standing back there in the back and listening to a couple of jerks like Dundee and Landell out here running their mouth off. Now, let me tell you something, Dundee. You're out here spouting off about what you're going to do to Jeff Jarrett and what you're going to do to Jerry Jarrett and what you're going to do to Jackie Fargo. Well, when we get in that ring with you Monday night, brother, you're not even going to have time to think about them because you're looking right here at what's going to be your #1 problem. I can assure you of that, punk. Now, Jackie Fargo is coming all the way down from Nashville, and he's going to sort of be a bodyguard for Jeff Jarrett. And I'm sure that Jackie would love nothing more than to get to punch Dundee and Landell's lights out.
Really?
Well, let me tell you something, Jackie. You can do that. You can bust their brains out down there, but you're going to have to pick them up off the floor to do it because that's where Dutch and I are going to leave them down there Monday night. I promise you. Now, Jeff Jarrett is going to referee this match, and the great thing about it is, Lance, he has promised us, and he has told us that he is not going to stop the match no matter what. Now, I can't blame Calhoun. You know, he was under, like he said, a no-win situation. He's worried about his job. Vern Gagne's called. You know, Vern Gagne's all upset. He's the president of the AWA, and he's hearing about all these people's eyes being put out, people threatening to kill people, beating up young kids and everything. And he thinks it looks bad on the AWA, so he's telling Calhoun, look, we don't want that stuff happening in AWA-sanctioned matches. So Calhoun was forced, at least in his mind, he did the right thing, to stop that match. But you see, Calhoun, I can understand that too because this is a job for him. It's a way he's got a family. It's a way he makes a living. So he needs that job. He's worried about losing it. But you see, Jeff Jarrett is just a young kid, and he's got a father that can give him money if he has to, so he's not worried if somebody calls him up like Vern Gagne and says, hey, you should have stopped that match Monday night. Now I can't appoint you to referee anymore. He's not worried about that. So he's told us no matter what happens, he's going to let the match continue, Dundee. It's going to keep on going. If you're bleeding from head to toe, brother, you and Landell both, if one of your eyes get pulled out on your cheek, he's not going to stop it. If I light you up like a Roman candle and that skin of yours is burning, brother, he's not going to stop it. He's going to let that match go until we do what we promised to you and all of these people we're going to do, and that's put you in a hospital, punk. We're going to do it down there Monday night because nobody's going to stop us, Lance.
Well, that's the way it lines up.
I think Jerry covered it all. The old saying goes, you fight fire with fire. I've never believed that. I think you fight fire with water. And Dundee and Landell, like Jerry said, I don't think Jeff Jarrett's in any kind of mood to stop a match, and Jacko Fargo's going to be sitting right out there. And like Jerry said, he wants to knock your lights out. But the first main primary problem is me and Jerry Lawler. And, baby, we're going to douse the flame Monday night at that Coliseum.
As a matter of fact. And I'll tell you, talking about good action, boy, as you can well imagine, there was lots of it when Lawler and Mantell went against Dundee and Landell. We got some highlights of that match, so let's take a look.
I love it. Oh, did he fall him over there. But Dutch is going to have trouble. He's got to get out of his...
What's this? Tony Falk coming down. Jackie Fargo jumping out. Fargo grabs it. He nails Tony Falk, who was coming into the corner of Mantell and Dundee. Jackie puts him down. Falk gets up, and he knocked him down again. Thrown by Landell and Lawler's eyes. There goes the Dutchman. And now Dundee and Landell have got Jeff Jarrett. Fargo is working on Tony Falk while they're slamming Jarrett around. Jackie starts in the ring and Falk grabs him around the waist. We're 9 minutes in and Fargo gets up. Bam! He nails Buddy Landell. Down on the mat and bleeding in that left eye. I busted his eyelid wide open. Boy, let me tell you, that was some kind of wild situation in there. There was so many things happening, you just couldn't hardly believe it. It went on, but when it was all over with, the hands of Mantell and Lawler raised up in the air as the victors, Jerry.
Well, that's true, Lance, but you see, there's no satisfaction there because Dundee and Landell did what they said they were going to do if they ever brought Jeff Jarrett back into the ring. They busted his head open. They got some satisfaction there. But let me tell you something, Dundee and Landell. We've said this before. It's not over. It's just getting started. Now, you got one up on that little situation, I'll admit. You had Jackie Fargo preoccupied out there. You had Buddy Landell use the powder, and then Dundee, you bust Jeff Jarrett. Well, like I said before, it takes a real tough professional wrestler. It takes a real big man to come out there and show everybody that he can beat up an 18-year-old kid. Big deal. What are you doing, Dundee? Does that make you tough? Does that make you a superstar? I don't think so. I don't think that makes you nothing but a low-life, stinking, slimy scum of the earth, and you're looking at two people right here, brother, that are going to put an end to you one way or another. Now, what we've had so far, Lance, we've had a situation where a referee stopped the match. We've had a situation where Jeff Jarrett comes in and counts him out too soon. And true, we've won the matches, but we're not getting that satisfaction that we want. Well, we have got the match this week, brother. A match of a lifetime. A dream match as far as Dutch and I are concerned, because you see the stipulations are this. It's a Texas death match, and what that means is the falls don't count. The people know what a Texas death match is. You know what it is, Dundee. You know what it is, Landell. It can go all night, brother. It goes until one man cannot continue, till he can't answer the bell, till he's beaten down so bad, till he's bleeding so bad that after a rest period, he cannot get back to his feet. That's the only time this match is going to end. Falls don't matter. It can go 1 or it can go 100, brother. But it's going to go until somebody can't continue. And I think that myself and Dutch Mantell are going to be standing over you and Landell when this is over, Dundee. We're going to beat you within an inch of your life. They can't disqualify us. They can't stop the match because of blood. They can't stop it on pinfalls. It just keeps on going until somebody realizes that they've been beaten bad enough that they cannot answer the bell. And there's going to be one winning team, and you're looking at it right here, the Dutchman and the King, brother.
This is the kind of match, Dutch, that really tells it all. It comes down who's got the endurance and who's the toughest.
Well, we know who's got the endurance, and we know who's the toughest, and Landell and Dundee, they know who's the toughest. Now, like Jerry said, boy, this is a Texas death match. Now, I've been in single Texas death matches, but I've never been in a tag team. This is my first, but baby, it's right down my alley. Because Landell and Dundee, to talk to you guys, you've got to get way, way down on the ground, baby. You've got to get down where the dirt is. That's where you got to get. And Landell and Dundee, all I want you to do, I'm begging you, baby, just crawl. Just bring your low-life, egg-sucking carcass to that ring, baby. Because we got a message to give you and give all your people that seem to be liking you, like Falk. And, you know, Tony Falk's the biggest goof in the world. He lets that Dundee talk him into a lot of things. Yep. But falls don't count. You can't stop it, and somebody's going to get carried back from that ring, and Dundee and Landell, it's going to be you, baby, because Dundee's telling Landell he's great, and Landell's telling Dundee he's great, and they're starting to believe it. But, guys, you better start listening to us, baby, because we don't think you're great. And we got something to bring to you, and we're bringing it Monday night in Memphis, baby.
That's right. Let me just say one thing. I want to tell Dundee, and I want to tell Landell, and I want to tell all the thousands of people that's going to be there Monday night, it's not going to be a pretty match. You're going to see some blood, and you're going to see some people hurt bad. But it's not going to be these two right here. It's going to be Dundee and Landell.
Okay, good luck to you, Jerry and Dutch. You talking about a shootout? Here it comes when these guys get in. And remember, you can't help the other guy in between falls. He has to do it on his own, and if he can't answer the bell, that is the end of it. All right, let's take a look at the entire card coming up for Monday night down there. 8 o'clock, of course, is the bell time. Opportunity for you to get your tickets in advance all day on Monday. The general admission price is going to be $3. And we're looking forward to the action starting off with Frank Morrell against Keith Eric in the opening bout. Then it's going to be a return of Dirty Rhodes and Joe LeDuc. Now, the last time and the first time that they met, they went to a draw in a match, and this one is going to be another meeting. There was nothing decided, and Joe LeDuc and Dirty Rhodes, two very large gentlemen, will be meeting each other in that single. Tony Falk will be teaming up with Pat Rose to go against the exciting team of Paul Diamond and Michael Lee. Now, we'll be seeing them a little bit later today. Very good-looking team to go against Falk and Pat Rose. International title shot. Billy Travis, and well-deserved, gets another shot at Abdul Gaddafi's title that he is currently holding. And then a Southern Tag Team title match. It'll be the Fantastics going against the Mod Squad of J.D. Costello. And that, you can better believe, will be another one of those awfully good meetings that we're looking forward to. And then clear the decks, my friend. We're talking about Texas Tornado Death Match. Falls don't count. You keep going until someone cannot answer the bell, and when that happens, it is all over with. Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantell, makes you so hot. You want to get a gun after the guy. David Haskins had to submit. What was the time, Dave?
4 minutes, 14 seconds, 4:14.
4 minutes, 14 seconds, and they come up with a submission win as Dundee and Landell get the win. No, you know I'm not coming over there, Bill. There's a microphone. If you guys have got anything halfway decent to say, try to... Judge, I'm not getting over there.
Budrow, that's okay. Let him sit over there, because there's a word in this country. Now, I didn't invent it, because where I come from, the word doesn't exist, and it's called discrimination, Daddy. That don't happen in Australia, because it's a man's world over there. They got a white Australia policy. That means you got to look like me to live there. And Lance Russell, you're going to get sued, Daddy. Now, all I got to say is, Budrow, they have discriminated against us every time we got in the ring. Lawler's buddy, the referee, stops the match. They hold up their head and they say they win. Then here comes Jeff Jarrett and some old stumblebum by the name of Jackie Fargo in Memphis, Tennessee. That punk daddy's the promoter. He wants to do anything he wants to do. And he awards him the match. And they write it down in the book and say they win. Nobody has ever beat us, Budrow, right?
Never.
Nobody. Nobody. We're 60-minute man in and out of the ring. Ask the ladies if you don't believe us. Now, they keep saying they're beating our boys. It's not happening, Russell. It never happened, Dave Braff. We have whooped them from pillar to post. But all of a sudden, they say, they beat you. Landell and Dundee got beat. We beat Jeff Jarrett. We beat Fargo. We beat Lawler. We beat Mantell. We beat Jerry Jarrett. And a couple of months ago, I beat up old border bags himself, Eddie Marlin. And they keep saying we get... Budrow, we are great. We're a hell of a... We are great, baby. You ought to look at it at the greatest...
Okay, Bill.
That's right.
That's enough. That's enough, you guys. Just take it right on out of here. That's all you...
Hey, if you can't tell us to come to the set, you can't tell us to leave us, for right? And we ain't leaving. We're going to give 1 million people... Oh, no.
You know, yeah, let me tell you something. You pull my string out here, you come out here, we give you the microphone to do the interview.
Yeah,
and once you come out here, and if you came out here and told the truth, and came out here and simply say that every time you climbed in the ring with Lawler and Mantell, you have lost a match in there. Every one of them. I don't care how it looks. That is exactly what the answer is.
Don't say we lost. Don't ever say we lost. I don't want you to tell the people we lost, and I don't want none of them rednecks to tell them we lost, because if you say it, I'll slap your teeth out, and Budrow will slap anybody over there's teeth out that says it. Now, we didn't lose.
Just look at the end result of it. Now, you can make any kind of excuse, and you're the guys that say, I don't care, we're the winners and all. Look at the end result. You lost. You lost the match, and that's all there was to it. You've been in there twice, you've lost the match.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it real slow. Don't say we lost. Because I told you, Lance, I don't want to have to hurt you or anybody else. But don't say we lost, okay?
Okay, but what I want to tell you is that whether you deny it or whatever you want to do with the thing, the end result, let me put it this way, Lawler and Mantell won, so that means you guys lost, and that's exactly what happened there. And that's all. Ring here in just a moment with the Mod Squad in action, but first we want to talk to them.
Yeah, you run, Russell. You just like a rabbit. You run just like Lawler.
Let me tell you something. That's a good illustration, Bill, of the way. Look at Lance Russell run right now. That's a good illustration of the way that Lawler and Mantell have been running from us. And let me tell you something, Lawler and Mantell. Endurance is our middle name, baby. If it takes 3 falls or 300, baby, Texas death match. Endurance is our middle name. And Lawler, one thing to remember, you might not make it to Monday night, baby, because I got you to Marlin Jones for
Let me say a few words to my pal here. Hey, Mantell, I saw you down here on your knees like a grub, like this little nothing in the wheelchair over here. There you think he feels, Daddy. Let me tell you something, Mantell. Let me tell you, Lawler, what are we doing? What are we doing? When you do this?
thank you, Jerry, and thank you, Dutch, for getting them out of here. We've seen enough of them for several weeks, much less for today. All right. Thanks.
Let me just say one thing. Dundee and Landell, you're real tough. You are real tough when you got an 18-year-old kid, or when you got Jarrett in the ring who's only got one good eye, or when you're up against Lance Russell. But when you get in the ring, when you have to get in the ring like you're gonna...
Seen a lot of tough ones, Dave. You and I both have, and I guess one of the most explosive and most vicious bouts that I've seen in a long time, if not ever, was the Lawler Mantell Dundee Landell Texas Tornado Death Match. It finally ended up in the 26th fall, and it was Lawler and Mantell that ended up winning it. The son of a gun went at least an hour, and that doesn't even begin to tell the story. We've got some highlights that'll give you an idea of how vicious that match was. He picked up a walking stick from somebody at ringside, then starts clubbing with it. Slammed right into the table. No stopping the match. It goes till someone does not answer the bell. Thus far, since Dundee has got that bell, slams it into Lawler. And let me tell you, that thing is heavy. Again, Dundee with a bell. 5. Lawler on his knees. He's on his feet at 7. Pile driver. And Lawler's head crammed into the mat.
He gets a count of 3. Yes, sir. That's the 12th ball. He gets the count. And they get it. The 12th ball. Mantell gets it. They're brawling back in the back. Count of 2. Mantell kicks out. Lance, I know they have to be worn out. I know we are just doing the commentary. Man, this is wild as we've ever seen.
Unbelievable action, Randy. How they could physically go, I'll tell you. Lawler slashed by Dundee. Bill puts the table on Lawler and stands right on it, jumping up and down. Lawler being mashed by the timer's table. That's the timer's table in the ring. And again, he jumps on it. Oh, man, this is brutal. We're 36, almost 37 minutes in as Lawler's head slammed into the timer's table. Takes new life from having put Landell down. He gives him that short clothesline. Again. Dutch coming to life. The tag on Lawler. Landell being rocked in the corner by Lawler. This could do it. Beautiful shot by Lawler. makes a count. The first one to get to his feet will be the winner. But Mantell, that's a 10 count. Referee Jerry Calhoun has explained with both of them down that the first one who answers the 10 count will be the winner. The first one up will be the winner. The first one to get to his feet will be the winner. They're both up. But Dutch was on top of Landell. Seconds. The winners will be Dundee, or rather Lawler and Mantell. The 26th ball, 48 minutes, 57 seconds. The winners Lawler and Mantell. Pull off of Landell. Now it's in the corner. You would think after... Well, here they come out of the dressing room to try to separate this action. Everybody in the ring trying to hold them apart. Landell still goes after Mantell. Dundee after Lawler. What a brawl. Classic proportions. World War III in action. Lawler and Dundee swinging and slashing at each other still. Still trying to pull them apart. Intensity you won't believe. Lawler pulled out of there. Mantell pulled out, and finally Dundee and Landell break loose and go after him. Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantell in the big Texas death battle defeat Bill Dundee and Buddy Landell. And boy, I'll tell you what, that is some fierce kind of action where the falls don't count and you just go till somebody can't. And they did it again, however. Rugged bout, no question about that. Well, now, isn't that nice? No. You know better than that. I have no intention of coming over there. You want a mic? There's a mic right there.
Well, we figured you wouldn't do that. We figured you wouldn't talk to us. Well, you ain't going to talk to anybody all day long. Just don't be a waste sport, because we figured you'd be through chicken rustle. Just sit right there.
My curiosity is up. I got to admit that. He's dressed in suits and the whole thing. Dundee and Landell. What is this?
Now,
what in the Sam Hill do you guys think you're going to do with that? The Bill and Buddy Show.
Bell, Budrow, we need us a bell. I ain't gonna hit you, Russell. I don't even like you.
Hey, fine. You want to, go right ahead. You got 5 years of your life to spend.
We need you a microphone, Budrow. Don't go away.
What is all of the...
All right, here we go now. Okay, you got a format, Budrow? Okay. You ain't gonna talk to us? You ain't gonna talk to nobody. Okay, I'll be Dave Brown, you be Lance Russell, because Dave rings the bell. Here we go, get him out here.
Okay, fans, exciting match coming up.
Next match coming up, folks. All right, you're looking at the Buddy Landell and the Bill Dundee Hour, Daddy. Lance Russell and Dave Brown don't want to talk to us. They ain't going to talk to nobody. Now, here's two young gladiators coming, Garmin and Trailer. Big, powerful devil, old Joe LeDuc. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
You got to be the strongest man in wrestling, Joe. Are you going to climb a mountain? How are you? Buddy Landell. Yes, sir, we took over.
We own Memphis,
right
Daddy.
there,
They don't have no opponent for me, so... Here it is.
All right.
He's got to be the strongest man in wrestling, Bill. Besides us.
Okay, here we go, the bell time. Hey, I always wanted to do this, Budrow.
I love it.
Joe got things there like a big horse collar.
Do they actually get paid doing this?
Well, I don't know, but okay, Joe LeDuc. Going away in about 285. Moves pretty good for a big fella, don't he?
He sure does.
Well, old Garmin, well, Budrow,
That was pretty good, Bill. I can do it just a little bit better, I believe, Bill.
I believe your arm's a little bit bigger than Joe's. Now, Joe's strong. We're not knocking him, but he's strong.
We'd be the last people in the world to knock anybody, Bill. You know that.
Old Garmin looked like he just run into a brick wall. Good legal move there. Good legal move, Joe. That was it, brother. Very good. Budrow, the only guy in professional wrestling that hits harder than Joe LeDuc, I believe, is you.
And you don't forget that one punch Jeff Jarrett suffered. Remember that, Bill? One punch Dundee, baby. One punch Dundee.
Got in our face one time on television.
That's right. We
And he's crippled old dead, but one eye came down trying to help me.
Hey, we got our own problem.
Now, this is Trailer. I believe this is Trailer. I think another good scientific move off LeDuc. Well, I don't think that's going to work, kid. Joe doesn't throw a bad punch, does he?
Pretty good. We taught him well. We taught him.
Oh, now, that was a judo chomp, Budrow. I believe he's trying to get a little bit of nature boy in him now. But it was a good chomp, and we're going to give him that.
But it ain't no nature boy, baby.
Lance Russell and Dave Brown get paid for this?
They actually get paid for this, Bill.
Hey, look at them eyes on Joe. I don't think anybody's home up there. That elevator don't go all the way to the top. What you think?
Yeah, the lights on. Well, lights on, but ain't nobody home, baby.
Oh, now, we got to give him credit there, Budrow. That was a good drop kick from a 285-pound monster. Very good drop kick.
Bill, you think by looking in his eyes he'd kill his own mama, don't you?
For a quarter, brother, for a quarter.
We'd do it for cheaper than that, wouldn't we, baby?
Very good, Joe. We ain't being biased, but I believe this is about over. Very scientific move there, buddy. Scientific.
We got to fit that one into our repertoire, Bill.
Well, we got to give them two kids A for effort or G for guts or something, because just to get in there with him is something.
That's exactly right.
I believe he's just going to make LeDuc mad. I think I don't know. They're putting on a pretty good showing, Budrow. But you and I believe you and I would have both knocked out by now, right?
Yeah. Bill, we could have beat him in 5 seconds.
Well, you got to give the boy... Oh, I think they made a mistake. Bye-bye. Well, what's happening now? Good right. We got to give him credit there, brother. It was a good right, Budrow.
He wasn't no superstar, though, right?
No, and it was no nature boy, but, you know, for a big old dumb Canadian, he ain't bad, though.
Hey, baby, there ain't a Canuck out there that can outdo the nature boy and the superstar, baby.
That's something you eat or what? Oh, now he's pretty strong.
Bad
Oh,
press
my
ain't
God.
everything.
Look. Oh, I believe that boy's dead.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that boy.
I guess I'm going to ring it, Calhoun. I'm going to ring it. I know what to do. What for? The boy jumped over the top rope. What's wrong with you? Anyway,
You better call in the National Guard, baby. He just broke
Calhoun,
up.
come and get this garbage out of here. We got to interview Joe LeDuc.
Get the janitor in here and sweep his puke up off the
janitor
floor.
in here, brother.
Over the top, Joe.
It was good, too.
It's dead. Joe. Come on over here, Joe. That was very good, Joe. Very good. You've got to be the strongest guy in professional wrestling. Thank you. Budrow, I don't think Budrow has ever seen this, but I have. You know what this is, buddy?
I don't have any idea.
Joe puts
Any
one.
idea.
Oh, look, now here comes Eddie Marlin in the troops. Get the garbage out of here, Marlin.
Bag of potatoes.
Get a whisk broom and just sweep that puke off the floor.
All them country boy and muscle head. You like to pull some on me. You like to put my arms apart. Well done, them farmers. And everybody just think they're strong. Just come on and take some of Joe.
All right. You know what he's going to do, brother? He's going to take 10 guys, and anybody that wants to come down there and challenge him this week. Heads and things, this is Buddy Landell and Bill Superstar Dundee. And we fired Lance Russell and Dave Brown.
Get out of here,
look at
baby.
your seat, Budrow. What's next? We got a little thing here. What does it say now, Budrow?
It says the Lawler video spot.
The Lawler. Oh, no. We ain't doing that. That's out. That's out. We ain't just scribble that out, Budrow. We ain't doing that. That ain't being
We'll just let
done.
him look at our pretty faces
Okay.
for a while.
Now we got a match coming on up here because we ain't doing no spot for Jerry Lawler. I'll tell you.
Says it on the format that we got to run it. We got to run it. We have to.
Well, okay, folks, in TV land, if you're going to go make a cup of coffee, if you got to go to the little boys' little girls' room, or you just got to take a nap, this is the perfect time to do it because the guy upstairs is going to run it anyway, so go ahead.
Hi, everybody. This is Jerry the King Lawler. And the people at Independent Media Marketing have put together a very special video just for all my fans out there. If you order it right now, you're going to get 60 minutes of wrestling's heart and soul. You're going to see on it some of my most spectacular entrances into the different arenas and coliseums, and also a match that has become a classic all across the country. It happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, and it happened in the concession stand. Also, you're going to see some of my greatest moves, including the big pile driver, and the match that, well, that everybody in the world talked about. The Andy Kaufman feud is all included on there. Also, you're going to see a showdown match with one of my toughest opponents ever, the wild man from Texas, Terry Funk, and it was a bloody and brutal battle. Also, you're going to see some of my most vicious opponents that I've ever faced, including guys like Jimmy Valiant and Joe LeDuc. And then you're going to see the big Jimmy Hart loser leave town match, the match in which I went against Eddie Gilbert to get rid of Jimmy Hart from this area once and for all. You're going to see the King throw the fire. You're going to see wrestling's first music video and much, much more. That's all on this video. And if you order right now, you're going to get a special price. It's only $29.95. Now, this video is not available in stores. You just send $29.95 plus $5.25 for shipping and handling to the Jerry Lawler Video, Post Office Box 3020, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08034. Or you can call now and order it over the telephone by dialing 1-800-524-2507. It's a free call, 1-800-524-2507. I had a special hand in making this video, and I know all my fans are going to love it. So order yours now.
Is that over? That's the most boring.
Thank God.
Now we have us a wrestling match. We got to ring the bell and get Lawler and Mantell out here. Woo! Boy, this is exciting. This has got to be the most exciting time in professional wrestling.
I hope Jerry Lawler gives out no-dos when he sells them things.
I rung the bell. It'll be deaf. We ring it again. Come on, Lawler. We ain't going to punch you up. Come on. Get out of here, Lawler. There we go now. Well, I don't know here.
Look at them scars all over their head from Monday night where we beat them half to death, baby.
Mantell. Just you got enough with the Rose Brothers in there. We sold your stinking video, so don't worry about it. Okay, folks, here we come with a little wrestling match. As you can tell in the ring now, it's Pat and Bill Rose versus Jerry the King Lawler, and I say that very loosely, and Dirty Dutch Mantell from Oiltop, Texas. Okay, here we go. Now, it's underway. Woodrow, isn't this exciting, Bill? you know, looking back, I bet you're sure glad we kicked Dutch out of our group. Huh? What do you think, baby?
He cramped our style.
Did he cramp our style or what?
Okay, now, here we go now. It's Lawler. Oh, beautiful move by Pat Rose. Beautiful move.
Beautiful.
A beautiful hip toss. You got him, Pat. Oh, collar and elbow tie up. Now here we go. It's Lawler again. Shot him off again. Oh, he pulled his tights, Budrow.
Did you see right?
Hey, Calhoun. He pulled his tights. Hey, Lawler. Lawler. You pulled his tights, hey, Lawler. Yes, he did. You pulled him, Lawler. Yeah, you did. You pulled him. Lance Russell always gives biased opinion, or he gives his opinion, and I'm giving mine. You pulled him. Hey, I'm giving an opinion like Lance Russell usually does, and it's biased. You're right, it's biased. That's Pat Rose, all 202 pounds of him. Legal maneuver. Well, you got to give Pat credit, brother, because there ain't too many people can throw the king around like that except you and me, Bud.
That's right, baby. That's exactly right.
Collar and elbow, hook up, Lawler backed at the ropes. He took the coward's way out. Well, you got to give him A for effort there, too, Budrow. Now, Pat's tagging Big Brother Bill in.
Yeah, but he couldn't have backdropped us, though, baby. That's the bottom line.
You know, Bill used to be a bouncer down there at Desperados. That's how he got into throwing all the drunks out in Memphis. Come on, Lawler. Hey, just get into him, Lawler. Don't worry about it. You probably get a job over at September's place now or something.
Yeah, old Doug and David's place. Go over there and hear Danny Joe Bryant play.
Oh, now that ain't right. Lawler,
look at that double teaming, man.
Them. That ain't right. As Lance Russell says, brother, Lawler's got one of the best right hands in the business. Now he's punching him on the floor. That ain't right, Lawler. You got to wrestle in the ring. Hey, we're the commentators. He don't want to talk to us. He ain't talking to nobody. You just get up in there, we'll ring the bell and disqualify you. Hey, we're getting a new job.
Hey, if we didn't have $500 suits on, baby, we'd dust your drawers for you.
That's right.
Right, Bill.
That's right. Now, here's Dirty Dutch Mantell. Now he punched him. Referee should... Oh, now that ain't right.
He couldn't do that to us, baby.
That ain't right, Mantell. Not at all. Now he pulled him up by the hair. Held his tights and slammed him.
What's that red around Dutch's neck?
That ain't sunburn. Now, there's a good legal move there. Oh, now, Lawler outsmarted him. Well, you got to give the boy A for effort. I mean, he just, you know, Pat, I don't know. Lawler headbutted him with the back of his head there, Calhoun. You ought to disqualify Lawler and hold up their hand, man. I'm telling you, hey, just wrestle.
Hey, you better be glad we're in a good mood, brother.
I wasn't all dressed up, brother. That's right, cheating, Pat. That's right. I'm telling you. Hold up their hand, Calhoun. That's right. Come on, Mantell. Get out. Get out. This is one-on-one. Hey, isn't this great?
Calhoun, you need to brush up on the techniques of refereeing, baby.
Now, look at Lawler going ahead. Do that strut there, Pat. Oh, well, that ain't right. Calhoun, he ought to disqualify him, Lance Russell. That ain't right.
Look at all this double team.
Two on one. That ain't right, Russ. That ain't right, Lawler. Now, look at Mantell hitting him from the outside. That ain't right at all, man. No, that ain't right. 2 on 2, Calhoun. Hey, we're the commentators. We get paid to do the talking.
Don't forget we're extremely handsome, too, Bill.
Extremely. Isn't it? That's horrible being a sex symbol, ain't it?
Brother, it's hell. We could write novels, you know that?
I'm telling you. Now where are they going? They're chickened out. They're chickened out, man. Oh, God, brother, I wouldn't believe it. They're chickened out. They actually left the ring. Oh. 9, 10. Oh, that makes them the winners.
Hey, we're used to seeing them run, baby. We're used to seeing them run.
What? I'm telling you. Okay, I love it. Right here on television, Pat Rose and Bill Rose beat the team of Jerry Lawler and Dirty Dutch Mantell. Hey. Oh, my God.
What a fitting end. Well, we got our microphones back at least, and there's no competitive desk over there. Off comes the coat of Landell. Lawler going after the trousers, ripping Dundee's clothes apart. Landell's shirt ripped off.
And I think maybe the end of the Bill and Buddy show over there. Lawler and Mantell had been listening to him. They finally left. They lost the match. They were counted out, but they came back armed with a chair and a wooden stool, and they went to work on the desk and got Landell and Dundee in the ring. Now, the Roses are both in there, too, Pat and Bill.
Pat just got a shot as Lawler slammed together. Now, they're double teaming, triple teaming Lawler as Bill Rose battling with Dutch. Dundee's clothes torn all apart. Dutch coming back on him. They're trying to pull Lawler off. David Johnson and Henry Rutledge. Lawler pounding Mantell. Referee takes a shot. Here comes some reinforcements.
Falk and Gaddafi and somebody else jumped in there. Oh, it's Lou Winston up on the apron.
Ring filling up now as Eddie Marlin comes out to try to get these guys apart. Mantell pushes past Jameson and goes after Landell. Lawler grabbing Dundee by the throat after Billy hit him. Finally get Lawler pulled back into the corner. Dundee takes another shot from Lawler. Landell breaks loose and goes after Dutch. There goes Dundee. Landell. Well, they may have been counted out and lost the match officially, but they sure didn't lose that one, Davey.
No, I think they ended up winning the war there. They're the ones left standing in the ring after everybody else is gone. Dutch Mantell and the King, Jerry Lawler.
Well, right there on the floor is how you break up a party.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take time out. We'll be back in just one moment.
It's been a long day. Let's go to bed.
Honey, there's something I'd like you to sleep on tonight.
Oh?
I think we should enroll in Union Fidelity's Guaranteed Life Plus. It's an insurance plan for folks age 45 to 74 that guarantees our acceptance. I called their toll-free number for free information. It came in the mail today.
Sounds great, but we bought life insurance years ago.
Yes, but we both know how the cost of living has gone up since then, and our current insurance may not be enough. They say in this brochure that because of inflation, a $20,000 insurance policy bought 10 years ago is now worth less than $10,000.
I had no idea. But how does this insurance plan help?
It pays top dollar cash benefits over and above our present coverage. And we don't have to take physical exams or answer a single health question to qualify because we can't be turned down for any reason.
That's hard to believe. I mean, I'm over 50. This insurance plan must be very expensive.
Wrong, dear. It's $4.95 a month.
$4.95?
I've compared other plans, and that rate is among the most affordable on the market for this type of protection.
I'll say.
That's a group rate. It won't increase for as long as we keep the coverage.
No physical exam?
Nope.
Sounds great. Plus, it covers both of us.
Yep, and you know how important that can be for a family. If something should happen to either one of us, that cash would sure be useful in meeting financial commitments like mortgage payments,
Monthly bills, final expenses.
completion of the kids' education.
I don't think I have to sleep on this at all. My mind's made up. Let's mail the enrollment form right away, for our sake and theirs.
For $4.95 a month, you too can be protected. If you're age 45 to 74, call this toll-free number today. Call 1-800-247-8300, and we'll send you a free information kit on this important guaranteed life insurance plan. Call right now, 1-800-247-8300. Operators are standing by.
Well, I gotta tell you, I love it. Don't care whether I'm supposed to or not. Finally got to those guys.
That's right, we got to them, but that is nothing compared to what we're going to do to them Monday night. Let me tell you something, Dundee. Let me tell you something, Landell. You think you're real hot stuff coming out here in your little fancy suits and your little ties, and you're going to take the jobs away from these two professionals? Well, you got that wrong. We put you in your place right now, and we're going to do worse than that Monday night, I guarantee you. Because you see, hey, have you explained to them what kind of match is coming up? Well, Dundee, you and Landell, if you think last week was something, well, this week's just going to be more of the same, brother. 26 falls last week, and over an hour and 3 minutes. Well, let me tell you something, brother. It's almost the same type match, but there's one little added stipulation. It's another Texas death match. The falls don't count. You can't get disqualified. You can't stop it on account of blood. But when one man gets beaten and he can't answer the bell, and they have to cart him back to the dressing room, it still goes on, because you got to go until you eliminate a whole team. You got to put out 2 guys, brother. So what's going to happen down there Monday night is when we do in Landell first, we're going to save you for last, Dundee. And then it's going to be me and the Dutchman, 2-on-1, and we're going to show you what it's like. We're going to give you a taste of your own medicine, and we're going to leave you laying in a pool of your own blood, jerk.
The whole team has to be eliminated,
The whole team's got to be eliminated, my opinion. My opinion on Dundee and Landell hasn't changed, boys, because you're still way down in the gutter, brother. You're 2 low-life, egg-sucking dogs. Now, guys, last Monday night, 26 falls. You threw your best shot. You threw everything you had. Your whole arsenal went out the window. But, baby, you couldn't take us out. You made a mistake, boys. You didn't win it, and you didn't mess us up. This week, we got a plan. We're going to eliminate Landell first or Dundee first, and we're going to leave one, baby. And somebody's going to the hospital, Jack. The match goes to one whole team is eliminated, and it's going to be us. Because I ain't afraid of you, Dundee. I took pills bigger than you, boy. Let's get down. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, Jack. I'm going to whoop you, boy, like you stole a government mule. I'll see you both Monday night. Show up if you got the guts.
Dutch Mantell, the king, Jerry Lawler. And, brother, if you were there last Monday night, well, you saw...
Because, you know, for the last few weeks, I came out here and I've issued a challenge to that bum, Jackie Fargo, and that punk Jeff Jarrett, and I still haven't heard a reply. I told you they're afraid of me. I told you, listen, everybody knows that Jerry Jarrett was one of the biggest cowards in the sport of professional wrestling. But I guess his son Jeff has done and heard that cowardness from him, and he has got to be the biggest coward of all time, Lance Russell.
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
Stand out here and run your mouth about how big a coward somebody is.
That's right. He hasn't accepted my challenge yet. You know, I've issued a challenge. I don't care any place, anytime, anywhere in the country. All he's got to do is sign the contract, and I'll be there because I know I can take him.
Yeah. Well, you can make all the challenges you want. Your record has not improved since the last time that we saw you.
I know I don't have... I probably have...
Hey, don't run off, Tony.
Get him out of here.
Don't run away. No, here's somebody who would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, that's right. Let me say this to you, Tony Falk. Now, you want to come out here and you want to talk about Jerry Jarrett being a coward. You want to talk about Jeff Jarrett being a coward. Let's talk about Tony Falk being a coward. Let's talk about you for just a minute, Falk. Now, first of all, if you want to wrestle somebody, you know, all I got to do is I got to think back a few months to the time that I was wrestling Bill Dundee, and you were the jerk that come out and threw the ink in my eyes. Now, what kind of coward does that take, Tony Falk? You want to talk about Jeff Jarrett and you want to talk about Jerry Jarrett. Why don't you talk about wrestling somebody that knows how to wrestle? The only reason you want to wrestle Jeff Jarrett is because he's not a wrestler yet. He's just trying to be one. He just wants to be one. He's just training. You want to wrestle him because he's not a wrestler yet, and you think that's the only way you can win. Why don't you get in the ring with somebody that's already a wrestler like myself, punk?
Here's a man right here.
You see what I told you? They got to have somebody to fight the battles for them. They got to have somebody else to fight the battles. I want Jeff Jarrett in the ring. I don't care where it's at. Like I told you, they got to have somebody else to fight the battles for them. And
man,
yeah, you do. What you doing?
Why don't you get in the ring with me? Jeff Jarrett's no coward.
Man's already said you want to get in the ring. Just come sidle right on up. Jerry Lawler going to answer his challenge right away. He'd like to get in the ring. Just go ahead and hop in. Whoa! Uh-oh. That's Jeff Jarrett, who just refereed the last match, comes out and nails Tony Falk, jumps in from behind, and he is pounding on Falk. Here comes Eddie Marlin. Eddie pulling Jeff off, and Eddie's doing the right thing. Falk goes running out. Well, I was delighted to see Tony get a little answer to all of his bragging and stuff in there, but this is not exactly the time nor the place to do it. So Eddie Marlin came out, got him off. Now here's Tony Falk. He's involved in this next match. It's a tag match with Keith Eric